shop. So we will just go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm gonna start off with the auditor, because she's got something she wants to bring before the court that we need to discuss on longevity, and then we'll move on.
Longevity, right now, we passed a policy last year to October 1st year. However many years you get here, October 1st is what you're gonna get paid, okay? So now I would like to add to that, if you get paid out October 1st, and you've been here 10 years, you still continue to work, and in February, you retire, you quit, you whatever, we would normally pay you from then October to February, the remainder of your longevity. But I would like to change it to where only if you're here October 1st, you'll get paid. If you quit or leave any other time within it, you will not get your longevity for that year.
Well, we passed it, it was based upon your years
Correct.
on October 1st.
Right. But right now, I'm having to do budget amendments for people that are within the county. We pay them out, and then you're zeroed out in longevity at the beginning. So then I have to go and always do budget amendments throughout the year when people leave. So this will kind of eliminate that. What you're budgeted is what you're gonna pay out, and that's it.
Right, and you're here, you get paid in October, so if you leave in March, then you get paid again in March. You get
That's how it is now.
Right. And you're getting paid for the full amount that you got paid up to that point, plus however many months you accrued.
Right. But I like to change it to where if it's, yeah, as people leave throughout the year, we're having to continue to pay more and more, we budget amendments. This way, it's just October 1st, if you're employed here, you get it, if you leave it at a time, you get it.
Yeah, 'cause
It is a benefit to you, so it's.
Yeah, because if you were here 10 years, October 1, you get another check in March for 10 years plus that.
Yeah, for however many months, yeah, for like 5 months or
You just get the 5-month difference is all the difference you get.
Right.
It is a benefit that you get, that you earn.
And this was, I was talking to TAC when they were here, and they had asked, while we were talking about it, she goes, don't pay out when they're leave in the middle, before October. I said, yeah, she said most counties, she said, don't do that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the thing about it is one thing I have to say, and I'm sure everybody can probably agree with it, our longevity for the county is unbelievable. The state does not look like that. So, I think that's a great idea. October 1st is good.
Yeah.
That's just the way it would be.
Well, that'll make it simpler because you get October 1, the number of years you had, and then you don't worry about it again for you guys till.
So that's how the, right. That's where I'm gonna figure out people in the middle and add to it, whatever else, but.
And again, it's a benefit that you're earning. It's not like you're working, you
No.
get paid for the hours
No,
that you
it's
work.
just-
This is just a benefit for being here that extra.
Right, it's just extra icing on the cake.
So I'd just like to add that to the policy, and then we'll bring it to support when you get that.
Let me see if I can make a motion. So, vote.
You're going to make a motion of policy and then
Yeah, we can do that.
I guess just, I don't know if I have to, set the policy or do it then, I don't know.
Let's vote on it.
Motion to update the policy.
Motion to update the policy for October the 1st for longevity and only life.
be paid out once a year.
Once a
year.
You must be.
Must be
Must be
employed.
employed. Must be employed.
I mean, it's, that'd be a payroll, won't be exactly, but on October 1st, you have to be here to get that
Is
check.
that a motion?
That's a motion.
I'll second.
No. All right, I have a motion and a second for the longevity policy for October 1st. We have to be employed. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? All right. What else do you have on there? All right, that's it. All right, so we will move into, I believe we stopped at the county jail, is that correct?
Yes, we did, right? Yeah.
Sure, we got a seat that was already warmed up here. It was too hot for yesterday.
I wanted to sit by alone.
Sit behind her.
Yeah, page 30, page 30.
Page 2.
Yeah, we can skip
we got the three over there.
I did talk to the sheriff a couple of weeks ago. We would like to add overtime, 1031 line, up that to 80,000. And then out of county boarding, we went from 450,000 to 350,000. We decreased that $100. Make
So,
that up. Yes, fine.
You good with that, Bobby, you know what I'm talking about? Okay. I'm just trying to elaborate as we go. So on the out of county board, what that consists of is that, we have 90 days?
96.
96 days.
Taking prisoners out of town.
We don't have enough room for them, so we have to have out of county boarding.
Right.
And, so we're full, so we gotta have room, so we haven't sent them elsewhere, so that's why we're increasing it, because we just have that many people in jail, so we understand what's the reason behind it. If you don't have it, if you don't know, ask, because, I mean, I know there's a big fire hose here, and you're just getting it. Yeah.
We just kind of have to wag on how many, I mean, typically we're putting more and more in jail all the time, so we kind of whacked a little heavy, I guess, and then Shauna got to giving us current data on what we've spent so far this year, and we're like, yeah, but 450 is probably too much, so let's drag it back to 350, which is still a large number.
And then the overtime too is we have a lot of openings in the jail. There's a turnover there that just don't stay, and you gotta start over, and so you have to have your regular folks who are having to do extra because they're having to either cover for somebody or help train somebody.
So what, you said that's the 1031 line?
1031,
yes.
And you wanted to be how much?
80,000.
Not 30?
Right.
Okay.
And what was it?
Because we're having, every year we have to do budget amendments for that, so I just thought we'd just go in and, out of county boarding is, 4882.
So, yeah, it's the last page,
And we're gonna do what on that one?
350.
I have 450 in this one.
Right, we're gonna go down to 350.
Okay. All right.
Well, like
Also
I
has
said,
the Senate Bill 8 money that paid for some of that.
We took some of that Senate building and put it towards out of county, and then also on that one, 350.
on overtime last year, we had 90. So you're coming to 10
Yeah.
down on that.
Okay, that's-
Well, we originally really budgeted 30.
And
Every year we've been budgeting 30, I just
Right.
keep having to do budget amendments.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking 80, that's a good start.
So we don't have to show all those heavy amendments, because to our point, we're doing them all the time.
Right.
So question wise too, like on, ones that are, sentenced to TDC, they're picking them up like on the 45th day.
The last day before they have to pay us, yes, sir.
So there, in the past, we had to keep prisoners that's supposed to go to the pen for a long time, and we paid for it. So they did pass something in the law, just trying to keep you updated, everybody else on it, that if they're sentenced, then we'll keep them up to 45 days, and we'll pay for it. But anything over 45 days that we have to keep them, then we would get reimbursed by the state. But just to let y'all know, they're waiting until the 44th or 45th day to come and get them. And I don't know if there's any way we can change that, but I just wanted to put that out. We're still feeding. Yeah, they're in the system.
They're working the system, yes, sir.
Yeah, sure.
And we house everybody in the county in the jail, whether they're arrested by city, county, DPS, anybody gets arrested, that's our thing.
That's our baby.
So if you shorten the days, that would be cheaper.
It would be, but we gotta do that by law.
We don't have that.
No, they said 45 days.
That's awesome.
That would be great dandy for us, but it just wouldn't help.
Oh.
Thanks for the try. All right.
The rest of it I'll let you.
Yeah, the other two things is, we put $50,000 in there. As y'all know, we've continued to try to repair that jail as we go. But we put some money in there. We've got a handful of our cell doors that are real rusty and got a bunch of issues with them. And so we're gonna, and that's just kind of a wag. We don't know exactly what it'll cost, but, you know, when we can, we use Scotty and them to do what we can. But anyway, so we put $50,000 in there to repair some cell doors. And then Sedaptic, the control board that operates that jail, as we open doors and do all of that, it's all done electronically with a control board. And the one that's in there now is super old and failing and having a lot of issues with it. And, you know, what you worry about is if you're trying to move inmates and you open the cell door and then you have to, all the rest of them have to be closed, well, if that thing's not working right, it may leave 2 cell doors open. And so now you can have a real problem, right?
And I've noticed too, some jailers have used keys to open the doors, as a magistrate, so I've seen it.
So last year, y'all gave us the money to put in a new camera system. And so basically, we're not asking for additional money, but we're, the same money we got last year, taking that to upgrade this piece. So just systematically trying to keep it up and running and keep it working until one day we get a new jail. But we gotta keep it going until then.
The 2 he just talked about is already added in here.
They're ready.
Already added in, everything that wasn't an overtime change, and I just didn't just that. Did that help, Sean?
No,
So,
I was
I
gonna
guess,
ask if you needed more.
20,000 changes the bottom line, is that what it is?
Yes.
Basically, because we had
Yeah.
dropped 350, went to 80.
30 went to 80. So you added
30,
50, and then you took 100 off of that. That's 3,000.
20,000
Less.
less.
Bottom line.
You know, the only other big thing, and I'm sure y'all heard it from everybody, is I really need some help with my employees, trying to get them a pay raise. We put 4% in here, but we're really struggling keeping good jailers and hiring good jailers, and I'm on 50, y'all. I'm thinking 6 or 8
You're
short.
down 7 in the jail, and you're down 2 deputies, a dispatcher, and a sergeant deputy in the sheriff's department.
So we're struggling. So anything that can be done, I know y'all got a lot to do, but any help I can get with these employees, we really need it.
What else we got? Nothing with that?
With that, the rest of
Yeah. All right, then we got Constable Logan's next, we've already done that one.
We did 421, and we did constable, precinct 4, 23.
Constable 3.
It needs to be 423, 422.
Yeah, 422 on Constable 3. And he's not here.
Let's have to give up my seat to whomever.
Yeah, you probably, just keep going.
And Constable 3 requested a line for some new body armor, like $2,000 after, he said 5 years or something after replaced. I'm not sure if it's that years are, I think it's 5 years to be replaced.
That's added already.
So I added that already.
Okay.
He did ask for a portable building shell for his evidence. Not sure if that was, with the record and everything says we like $12,000, I don't know. Estimating is for the shell only is $12,000, and he would need it, a window air condition, insulation, wiring.
And this is for evidence processing.
Yes.
Where's that going to go now?
Don't have anything else to do to
They were
it.
doing it in that other building.
The 2 portable buildings they had, one was their office and one was where they did the evidence stuff. Now he doesn't have.
We ain't got nothing portable, right?
I mean, y'all had bought those.
We've been buying those Connexes.
They're.
They weren't bad, and I mean, and they are really nice.
And y'all did have an electric that we put in that one,
Right,
right?
you get, you have $5,000, I guess you can put air conditioning in
Oh,
there.
you
Yeah,
can
they-
read
the sheriff's office did.
We haven't put it- we haven't
No,
put it-
okay, just
yeah.
the-
Building over well, is that bad shape? Can't move it over? trailer house?
No, it's a trailer house.
Oh. Thought it was more.
We've been buying those connexes from those guys over
I thought it
there.
was more.
Or Katrina.
What's a mini split cost?
$2,500.
So
And where
that
we
would be
gonna-
7,500 if we got a Connex and that's,
Where are we gonna put it?
it would be behind the
That's
JP's
behind the
office.
JP's
Yes,
office.
that's the other question, is that gonna, that will be an eyesore?
I don't think behind it. Behind it.
There's room back there, there's only room back there.
They won't actually be in it all the time, it's just going in storage for you. And
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have to look at what it, yeah, because you got the utilities there. You don't want to stick in our own
Something, got to look bad behind it. Be nice if he was here to
A little more information.
have a little more information. That would actually be a lot bigger than what he asked for. So yeah, I mean, you could even put a lock storage in it too.
Shelving unit or whatever.
See if they'll come in and come back to that one.
There's no, in the new building over there, there's no, not a room that's available for that particular use.
They feel that they're part of it.
Something about fingerprinting too, or
Just thought about
That's
that.
what they
Built
do.
it.
I'm looking on that.
That's another option.
Connex, you said around 5,000.
Sean, what did we pay for that last Connex?
We said about $6,000, wasn't it? It wasn't a whole lot.
Delivered, that.
Delivered, yeah, it wasn't.
I can tell you,
Yeah,
I'll
5 or
put it
6
up
grand,
right
you can get a Connex.
And that's one-time use.
there.
Good shape.
One-time use.
Oh, it's in perfect shape.
They're really.
And they're painted on the outside, they're nice looking,
You get
they're.
a single use one, they're like brand new.
That's why I say that we help set them up or get the foundation underneath it and put them up on blocks and stuff, and they're in great shape.
The only thing, yeah, if it goes with the building, not to look like an eyesore, having a Connex sit right beside the building or something, you know, located and all that stuff.
Counter on the roof there as well.
Another, on his budget, yes. For as long as I can remember, even when Constable Neeson was here, we were reimbursing them $90 a month for their cell phone. Right now, that's their personal cell phone. For a county cell phone, it's roughly $42 a month. So I don't know if we want to tell them you're already gonna get reimbursed for your personal $42 a month, or you need to get a county issued phone. Or you want to continue to pay them $90 a month.
Used for county business, that's like, it seemed like it was a county phone.
They would rather use a county phone because you are subject to everything that's on your phone if it's deemed to be used.
But that's something you can ask him when he comes in. It's just something, because we're reversing $90 a month. Nobody else is.
You have a county phone?
$90. Yes. Moreno's fixing to get one.
All right,
They're getting on this budget here.
then, all right, and if everybody's getting that and he's got one, then I say we just get him a county
Get a
phone.
county phone, that way everybody's on the same.
Everybody's on the same page in my opinion.
And if he doesn't want one,
Then we're not gonna pay $90 a month.
just so he.
Want to do that? Give them the option for the cell phone, it's gonna save us $50 a month on that. And then, I mean, you have a county phone, because that way you don't have to worry about this personal business, the county business being combined and be subject to, subpoena.
Emails.
5,800.
5,800 from Alamo City Trailer Sales in Little.
That's delivered, or?
Yes, sir, that's delivered.
I'll buy it.
Uh-huh, $5,800.
And
And
then-
it's brand, one, been used one time.
Yeah, those single use are like brand new over there.
And it was nice. Exterior paint was a beige, it was relatively attractive with our
So
other
with
buildings.
a mini split, that'd be 8,300 versus 12,000, and still having buy air conditioning and everything.
The only thing is that the regular Connex,
Yes, sir, it's not insulated.
we might, you know, you can go in and cut in a walk-through door, which, you know, a lot easier than a big door that you got to open every time. I mean, we have guys that probably do something like that.
I go in,
Yeah.
for that's cool.
You're gonna need some electrical
Lights,
lights.
outlet.
We're probably gonna have 10 grand in return.
We've got a couple of them in Weller where they little apartments out there. Or they got people living.
You could actually, inside, if you need to foam insulation like that, so you can foam them out, you can spray that foam in there.
With all of that, and I'll spend 10, that's,
Still something.
the 12 plus the air
Plus you
conditioning,
have,
plus.
you have a lot bigger building than what you have on
Oh, and then, yeah, if you'll pick
Because
that
that other
up,
one he's talking about is just a shell anyway, isn't it?
Yes, you
Just
said
a
you have the
shell.
air conditioned, electric, insulation, everything in that.
Better than this other one.
the, I think so.
What's the length of the time?
Either 20 or 40, but these were 40.
No, those are 40.
Those were 40 foot long. And that, and they're the high one too, they're the high cube and 40 feet long.
Eric, you'll be here in about an hour and a half. I told him that was good.
and then we can come back and revisit that.
All right, so I got that noted on there. All right. Becker, we did yours yesterday, you still good with that one? What you submitted?
We took it and cut it all in.
Y'all did exactly what I submitted.
Not everything.
Huh?
Not everything.
Well, that's what I'm here. You can come join my seat here, and then that's the cut seat. I don't want the cut seat.
All right, we'll move to 425. Yeah, they didn't have no changes, I don't think.
Litigation. Yes, that no change.
They had no changes and they were down about 5,000, so. Got a little bit down All right. All right, I know that, Sean, we did visit with the sheriff on some of this stuff, so we're gonna go ahead and we'll present it to Commissioner's Court. You want, Sean, Sean?
Well, she did a better job of explaining.
Start with the easy one.
All right.
We took 5710 capital outlay, equipment and machinery, and we just put 100,000. We had 210,
We
but I
got
think we've had that before. The money that was in there before was put in there for a grant, which was already the line above it. But we did use some of that money this year, so we just put from 210 to 100,000. Right, still good?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Joe?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, that's fine. Like I said, we didn't understand why they had it broke out like that, and apparently that was way back, he was doing it back in the day, so.
Yes, that was gonna drop. 200, yes.
And then he would like to change, some positions around. He would like to take 2 deputies and make those positions 2 corporals.
Now, does this here reflect that, or is this what we currently have?
That's current, okay? And then he would like to take 1 sergeant and make them a deputy. So all that would, in the end, money-wise, he would be $2,638 less than what all these positions are costing right now, so he'd be a little less. Only thing is, he would change the positions, like he would have, instead of 15 deputies, he would have 14. He would have 3 sergeants, he would be 2 now, 3 corporals would be changed to 5. Just kind of rearranges some of them.
And when I try to explain it, it gets complicated, so, but
Don't-
Sean makes the most sense of it. But what we're trying to do is get to where we would have a corporal on 24 hours a day, is basically what I was trying to get to. And with the money that we're paying one sergeant, that is more, above a deputy, is more than what 2 corporals would be. So there's a little bit of a savings to the county by making that change. But at the end of the day, we're not hiring any more deputies, still, the total number of employees stays the same. Just calling them something different.
Title change.
Yes, changing the titles. Yep.
Management decision that works
Yes.
with you, so
Yeah.
it works with you, I don't know.
I don't have a problem with it at all.
Everything else in the budget, basically, no, nothing, changing, not asking for more money or anything, but I'm still struggling with the same. Need some help trying to get, y'all can, trying to give all of our employees some sort of a pay raise.
And you said with the change from the corporal to sergeants, that's a net change?
Yeah, $2,000
Less.
Less, yeah.
So overall, just to point out too, coming in a lot less than what we had.
Oh, yes.
Last year.
Even without changing, but now we're gonna take 100,000 on the online, yeah, so it's good business.
And we've been fortunate, guys, as y'all know, we've been able to get some grants,
Right, that's the
The
next
judge and I
one.
talked about one of the grants this morning, but I mean, we're buying some cars with some of these grants. We're able to, do oil changes, maintenance, gas. Some of these grants help with a lot of that, so,
Your Senate Bill 22 is gonna stay the same like it is, right?
yes, ma'am.
And the Senate Bill 8, 287G, if y'all have a little more breakdown, also how I know the budgets.
Yes, ma'am.
I know we had Sean had talked a little bit.
Yeah, and I told the judge this morning what I'd like to do is see if Sean and I could come visit with you and maybe look at this 287G and see if there's some other things that we could do with that maybe could help the county out, but not real sure exactly what we can do, but I know you and I talked about it some as well, so try to make some sense out of that. Kind of the same process that we did before, guys, with the 80 grand. The state gave us $80,000 where we were able to put some of that on our medical in the jail and some out-of-county housing. So again, trying to use it to help everyone again.
Set some of the mandates.
Yep.
I also noticed some of the vehicles, are they, I know y'all started getting more vehicles, I'm just looking like insurance wise also, because we did full coverage on
On the new
the
stuff.
newer ones, right? And some of those I'm assuming to drop off, but I noticed we had like a couple extra at the top, like, I think you had 2 assigned to you and Sean had 2, so I didn't know if those were going.
We're waiting to get ours, they don't have equipment in them. They're gonna be, once we do, then our vehicles we're currently gonna be repurposed to other.
Gotcha, okay.
We're struggling still getting equipment to purchase and to put on it, guys. It's hideous. I mean, but we started when we can find a vehicle, we're buying the damn cars, because historically, we couldn't get the cars and we had equipment. So now we're trying to get the cars in, sitting here, and that's kind of where we are. So we've got cars sitting, waiting to be outfitted. So, yeah, it's still post-COVID, which doesn't make sense to me. And plus the prices, I know that Judge and I talked about the other day. I mean, to outfit a cop car nowadays, we're $90-something thousand. And we used to do a cop car for $40,000-$45,000, everything. It's more than double. Yep.
That's to the full coverage insurance is covering everything. So if pretty much $90,000 of the vehicle is what happens to it, that's why it's going up.
Yeah, I think I did move some money over in my budget to cover the insurance because we figured it was going to be more for those. So I took some money from some other lines and moved it into the insurance coverage.
Maybe those vehicles we could repurpose to other departments if you're gonna have.
Yeah, I mean, historically they've been pretty much used up, right? But there will be some, I hope, if we ever get all these outfitted, hopefully we'll maybe have some that, if y'all needed them or somebody else needed them, we can do something with them. I hope we get to that point. Either that or when we go sell them, they're gonna be worth something, you know? Because we, I mean, the Tacos, we're losing engines on them now. It blows my mind, I mean.
I know you got some expeditions in y'all.
Yeah, we got, well, we haven't been able to get them outfitted yet. One is done now, right? And we're gonna try to pick it up this week, so we'll finally get one on the street. And we've had them for months. Yeah, a year. Trying to get them outfitted. Yes, it's just stupid. You know, I don't know how that's going. It doesn't make any sense to us. You know, there's a bunch of vendors, but I mean, they are all super busy.
Very good. All right. Thanks, Sheriff.
Thank y'all.
Next.
426, code enforcement. Huh?
You got one of your spot out there, Jimmy.
Why do I gotta call him?
I should have asked for more. That would have been easier for you.
Yeah, knocked his budget down about $40,000.
Yeah, maybe more than that.
Lay it on me, see how much you're gonna knock yours down now.
It is what it is.
Hey, you're in Donnie's seat. You got it.
Yeah, you gotta talk some crap to me.
You
Trying
got
to call me the poop inspector or something?
It would have helped you if you brought some kolaches or donuts or something.
Maybe next time.
And I know too, also, beforehand, we did visit with Jimmy, a little bit, went over some of the stuff we were discussing on the thing, so. I guess that 1,004,
Yes.
where the part-time was, he was initially asking from $20 to $23 an hour, and I told him that would probably come in if you were able to somehow figure out if we could give our employees a raise, that would probably cover the majority of that, those two. What are we gonna,
I think because he's not spending all the budget anyways, because he doesn't work.
on the part-time, is it just to go ahead and
Full.
do the 23?
Right.
Well, so recently he's been getting 20 hours a week, which I believe is what we budgeted, roughly.
Yeah.
It's hit or miss depending on his EMS schedule.
Right, yeah, it's moving to 23 hours an hour.
We'll keep
Part-time.
Yeah.
Even if we did that, I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, it's not,
It stays pretty good.
it's not benefits or nothing, so that's still.
Yeah, and he has done a really good job for me in Sort of County. I know he does your roads, your driveway inspections, stuff, septic inspections. And, very smart. He's gotten some 3 fire certifications and his septic inspector's license all in about a year and a half. So I'm very proud of him for that. So I thought, well, it's making $20 an hour. We got starting clerks more than that. With my
Well, that's been helpful, then I'll call the office a couple of times, and if he was there, he'd go look at a driveway or permit or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he's not one to procrastinate. If any of the commissioners call, if he's available, he hops in the truck right there. Which is more than what I could ask. Very bright, does some, helps us with the new software that the court approved. He's the one that's doing the fire inspections in Welder and Nixon. In fact, he's in Nixon this morning.
Yeah, they're probably $3.
No benefits on that.
No benefits from the. All right, good with that.
So I know before you say anything, because I know it's coming. I've always tried to be very frugal with my budget. And I think Shauna can attest to the fact that I only budget what I need, I don't have a lot of wiggle room. I don't get any funding from the state, I don't get any help from TIA. It is a struggle for us to buy anything or purchase anything outside of what this court graciously gives me every year. We continue to get more and more requirements from the state. And a perfect example in my letter was the New World Screw Flock stuff, that we don't know exactly how it's being done. Our fire stuff has continued to grow. As new businesses come in, I just found out this morning that there's a possibility we'll have another truck stop off the interstate. That requires fire inspection, fuel, building, that kind of stuff. I know that our team in Commissioner State's precinct is going to have in phase 3 a 90-room overnight hotel, for lack of a better word, that requires extensive fire inspections with sprinklers and alarms and stuff. All of that takes time. So why I'm saying this is that the court has graciously approved the fire fees. So my thought was, and when I talked to Shauna, was eventually over the next couple of years, as that line increases, to be able to reduce my budget that this court gives me over a period of several years, specifically for equipment and training. That's what that line is for. It's so that the fees can take away the taxpayer funding of that. Does that make sense?
What about the solar panels? Those are going to be inspections too?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be, was there anybody that had the battery backup and all that? And is that on a periodic basis?
It should be on an annual basis, yes, sir. Basically, we're inspecting the storage part of the best stuff. We've got one, a small one in Nixon, we've got the big one on 102, and then we've got another one north of town that's coming on.
Tennessee, I haven't heard of no more.
No, it's happening.
Solar farm,
Yes, sir.
always they're supposed to break ground.
Yeah. It's coming.
On 7. Right out area.
Yeah.
We don't have a battery storage anymore, do we?
Yes.
Yes.
Where are those at?
The one in Nixon is right by your barn.
Right by that. The one, well, it never,
Yeah, you didn't.
Right.
It's not
So
coming. I don't know that
that
one.
was planned. They'll have significant battery storage at the 102 one. What is it called? A Pope farm, solar farm.
Well, I thought the one that they never bought the property next to us, that never came in, so they never, I thought it got off the grid.
It did. However, the big solar farm that's just outside the county from you,
And that's what I was gonna ask her, you have anything to do with that, because I mean, it's in the
if
Nixon.
it's in the city limits, yes, sir. If it's in the city limits.
Does that takes it out of the city limits, and I know being that it's right there, that the ESD two down, fire down there would be first responders, because they're.
Correct. So my interpretation is that we have an interlocal with the city of Nixon. Anything that's in the city of Nixon falls within our purview. So that does count. The one on 794, I'm just not quite sure yet, because I really haven't seen anything on the plan side.
They came by, but it's been 3-4 months, brought me a whole bunch of stuff. Said that it's going, I haven't heard anything since then.
Any real community stuff that comes now, we have a room community inspection that's done, and basically what we're looking at are fire access, apparatus access that one is blocked, and any storage facilities that are there are required to be inspected.
These fees come in, they're put in our revenues and general fund, and it's a line that says fire marshal revenues. So then we kind of estimated, so the line 4952, Jimmy had originally put 4,000, but we changed that to 10,000. So that's what we're thinking he's going to bring in this next year. So then he can use that for all of his fire marshal stuff. And as it grows, like he said, he'll start putting some of his training in there. We just did 10 for next year.
So it's 4 to 10?
Right. And that money is just.
It's coming, it's a revenue side.
Yeah, it's a revenue, so that's gonna kind of be a wash, you know. So it's like, it's not everybody's going up, but the money's coming in for that for sure.
So my thought was, over a period of the next couple of years, I have a training line for me, I have a training line, I can utilize that money by statute for fire marshal training and fire marshal equipment. So, that's what I intend to do this year, and to reduce some other lines within my budget in the future years as that line gets built. So that I'm not asking for stuff out of the general fund, we're using fees to supplement. That's what it's for. And then, you know, I mentioned stuff, I know that I'm working with Scott and Brian on the radio stuff, on the towers. I talked to Commissioner Thomas on some stuff, and they're working with me on the generators, what's gonna be their routine maintenance and stuff. I just think that the radio stuff really should be handled through the emergency management office. That's just my opinion. Because of the fact that all the different entities that I deal with, including the schools. I know that the budget is a concern, I understand that. I know it's horrible timing. I had to try. It's really up to you. I would not have asked for it if I didn't feel the need, because over the years that I've done the budgets, even in Guadalupe County, I always told the court there that, you know, I don't ask for stuff I want, I ask for stuff that I think I need. There's a difference. And I understand that it's not my money, it's taxpayer money. And I see the big picture for Gonzales County and talking with the judge and stuff about all the different things y'all have going on and wanting to do certain things that in my opinion need to be done. You know, we continue to get, my dilemma is I don't know from year to year what the state's gonna drop.
They got a lot.
They do. I was just in Victoria yesterday, and I apologize for missing the court, but I was in the livestock and pet emergency response training because of the livestock in J.B. Wells and half years. That's the kind of stuff. I don't know what's looking at us on the new rules cruise line if that were to come about.
So how about a bill? We don't know.
We don't know. I did talk to the higher ups on the Texas Animal Health Commission. They did tell me that since Gonzales County is the #1 poultry producing county in the state of Texas, we're even high on the list in the United States for poultry production, that it will be a large response from the Animal Health Commission when it gets here. And then we've got Graham sitting just out. So they pretty much warned me that they're coming when it happens. I don't know what all that entails, but this will be a hub. And then I'm going to change gears on you on the inspection stuff. I know that the city of Nixon, the city of Welder, I addressed the Welder City Council this evening. I'm going to address the council in Nixon and Smiley next week about the fire inspections and stuff that have started that process. But then you throw in the state's requirement on inspections on food trucks, which are coming at us. Yep, and they want to utilize J.B. Wells, which the city's been gracious and said, sure, no problem. I don't know when that's going to be, I don't know how. And it won't be just food trucks in Gonzales County, it'll be regional food trucks that are inspected.
Because once you get the inspection, you'll be able to travel.
We will provide the fire inspection, give them a certificate, they'll go to the state, get the health inspection, get a certificate, and then that will be good for a year throughout. And that way, these little entities aren't popping them and charging them for inspections, it's a statewide inspection. Well, the state came to me since we were one of the few county fire marshal officers and said, hey, we love J.B. Wells, we love Gonzales County, would you be willing to do that? So I'm waiting on a call from them on when that's going to occur.
So So that inspection incurs a fee every year.
It's a $100 annual fee from us, and then I don't know, the state's way more than we are, we're cheap. But we're looking at the tanks, we're looking at the hoses, we're looking at the fire extinguishers, we're just doing a fire inspection on the unit and stuff. That's coming too, and that'll be at JB Wells. I don't know whether it'll be biannually or whether it'll be quarterly, I just don't know.
So they come in and inspect it here?
They would be bringing their trailers here to be inspected. If they're, can't be moved, I think there's one in Nixon, is that right, Judge? We would go to them.
Is that a state fee that the state collects, or is that a fee you would collect?
Our fee is separate from the state. It's $100 per inspection per trailer annually.
In the county?
Then the state does theirs. But they gotta come get their fire inspection before they can get their buildings.
Before you get there. So that includes all the little roach coaches parked everywhere?
Anything that's selling food is required to have it. That
And
is
then who would be, like if there was one sitting down here on the square, who would go and inspect, check for their license?
The fire department, if it's within the city of Dallas, would do that. Would check and make sure they have a certificate from us in the state before they can sell the product. In Nixon or in Welder, it would be us. Well, Nixon has a building official, so Don could check that, but in Welder, they don't. It's just us. Yeah, so that's that kind of little stuff that it's hard for me to plan for.
It's a good road too, you did here.
And I don't, you know, the Tatum comes up with stuff all the time. The judge sees it firsthand.
So then the radio administration and deputy fire marshal.
That's what I'm asking.
So like, cattle country and all that, you all inspect any of that out?
We do the tents now.
You guys do the tents?
And now we'll be checking, we check the vendors.
And they check the vendors. I mean, and that's an annual deal that comes, we're not gonna take, the city does that.
The city does the peddling side, we'll do the food trucks through JD Wells. Anything in Nixon will do, anything in Welder will do, and I addressed the Smiley City Council next week also, and they don't have much. They want to. And then
Where,
So that would be add another position on that, you know, for cover everybody, so we have enough.
This be an 80-hour person or 86?
it's a law enforcement position.
Would be considered law enforcement?
Yes.
You would be upset.
You want one? Well, so, I know you don't know this, and it probably means absolutely nothing, but under some of the fire training stuff at a fire scene, I am supposed to have somebody at that scene with me at all times, even when the firefighters leave. In other words, we're really not supposed to have just one person for safety. A lot of times, the firefighters, especially the volunteers, are very gracious, and they keep one stage with me, just to help, call for help, whatever the case may be. But I feel guilty asking a volunteer at 3 o'clock in the morning to stay with me for a couple of hours, because they got to go back to their family and go to work the next day. So it really needs to be TV. Really needs to be. That's in 1031, the NFPA 1031, that it needs to be.
Yeah, like involved in the vehicle. We have any extra vehicles.
But well, that, if the sheriff might have one that they're decommissioning.
No. You want it with or without lights?
With,
Sir, I'll take a donkey if you got one. I mean,
No, I'm sure, I would expect if we can get some of these rolling, we should be able to help out. The only Tahoe I've got right now has got motor blood.
and it doesn't have to be a Tahoe.
But yeah, anything
It
would
could
work.
be a truck. I don't care.
what condition is it? The one he brought from,
Oh, that one behind that thing. Which one?
it's at the sheriff's department, down at that.
Yeah, it's sat there for a long time.
But it don't have any-
No,
No.
that,
Dr. Tom?
Oh, it's not me. Oh, I didn't know.
We're gonna work on something.
I would be inclined to,
It takes a lot to
so
see.
I can get equipment for
Yeah,
operating.
it'd take a lot to get it over down.
If he's having trouble getting it,
Gotta be there.
We got that white man up
You're
there.
getting good equipment.
Sitting in the floor. Election.
So if you just have to.
it's easier to equip this one than it is to equip with. So,
We've got the perfect vehicle for you.
They wouldn't have extra.
Do what?
We got the perfect vehicle for you.
yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
What about Scott Bryant's service truck? Where we at on that? If we get them a service truck, then they got 2 pickups now, right?
They do have 2 pickups, but if we're gonna do a police package, that's not a police package.
And it doesn't even have to
That's
be
the
a
only,
police.
that's the only back, I mean, that's a great deal.
One of them was constable pickup.
There wasn't possible.
You know, white pickup?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny's old pickup.
So that was a police package?
No, but it's not a package.
And it doesn't have to be a police package, Judge. My Dodge, it's not a police package.
Well, then we would be able to come up with it. Even if we use that one temporarily until we got something that would be better or whatever.
We don't chase people, that's their job. The only time that I ever exceed the speed limit is if somebody needs it.
If you're gonna get a haircut.
I'm going to get it. Hey, Lord! Oh, sorry.
It would save money if we gave you, when we get ready to get rid of the vehicle, so we have to pay to have them stripped, so it would be just.
It would be easier to
Well, I'm not
do.
gonna complain, I was just trying to be,
No, I'm saying it would save money that way.
And I mean, if you're gonna have an employee in it, we can try to make sure we give you something that, we'll try to find something that's on the better end.
I know you would, Sheriff.
What y'all's thoughts on that?
Find you something.
We're moving forward for all of the
There's
video tires,
a lot going on.
inspection.
I mean, at this point, beggars can't be choosers. So,
And is there gonna be more stuff with this new radio system, I guess, what,
yes.
Yeah, and I know that with it in the emergency side and also with the sheriff involved in it, we all work hand in hand in it, so it would be a positive all the way. Since, the emergency management is the emergency management for the county, and that consists of me, the sheriff, Jimmy, and all of us, so we're all in one deal. Of course, that also brings up the other thing that we've talked about is a command trailer, but maybe we get a grant or something to assist with some of that too. That's something else that we definitely need.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Judge. 'Cause
Okay.
the new position, if that were to happen, would be a partial grant.
Be a what?
Grant writer. Part of his or her job would be to look for grants, which I don't have that ability to
So that will help you on that end.
do.
That would
Absolutely.
help you on that end, it would help us on this end. Instead of going to a different entity on the emergency side, that would be huge.
When you gonna go from what? 2 tires to 4 now? That needs to be checked.
4 towers and, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, we have a fuel cell in it to take fuel out there to do it, but we can, if it's low, we can get,
That's diesel.
Yeah.
That diesel needs to be used every 6 months. I know that on the Smiley Tower,
yeah, usually those.
Commissioner Boatright has been gracious, one of the commissioners has been gracious enough to suck the old diesel out, utilize it right then and replace it with fresh diesel.
That's what we've been doing with maintenance and a couple of my guys, because you take out, what was it, 90 gallons?
Yes, sir.
And so you need to go there with a 90-gallon empty capacity and then 90 gallons to refuel it fresh. And then we take that fuel and we run it in everything. There's nothing wrong with it, haven't had any issues with it, but it's recommended to be changed every 6 months.
And we'll have 3 sites that'll need to be done. That one in the sheriff's towers,
It's still propane.
it's still propane.
Right.
That was programmed, the other 3 would be easy.
Be diesel.
Correct.
So when Donnie, y'all clean that yard up and welder, that one tank that was on a skid inside of a container. We saved it there at the barn, thinking that when we get ready to do this, we'll put it back in a 1-ton truck, fill it up, and go with it.
I think it's 6 months, right, that diesel's not supposed to sit?
Yes, sir, I mean, it'd be best to try to do it in 6 months, and it'd be best to try to do it in the wintertime, because they don't put additive in that diesel fuel in the summer.
Right.
So your fuel that you're pulling out of your tank, it's best if you did it in the wintertime.
Well, the fuel that I use, I have it treated
Okay, even better.
yearly.
Yeah, even better.
So we're gonna have 3, not, now we have 1, but in next month we're gonna have 3.
We'll have the, it'd probably be good to do them just like, hey, let's do them all at one time, so we're done.
So I'm thinking too now that this is still like a budgeted item that maybe under the emergency management, should we put a fuel line in there for those tanks just for the 3 sites that have diesel?
Well, basically, all I'm doing is swapping
Just
the
swap
fuel.
it, yeah.
Okay,
You know, it's
okay,
just-
I put it out too, you're using it, all right, never mind, never mind.
It's
All right.
just basically a
I
swap,
got you, I'm just trying,
just vehicles,
forget
and
what I said.
labor and time. Now, maybe keeping up the tire sites since they're in all 4 precincts, just the idea. The spraying, the roads to them, everybody, Holly got one.
Everybody's
Bobby
got-
gonna have 2, I would offer to take care of the one in the city of Gonzales,
No, boys,
and Roy's got one as well in Belmont.
yeah.
So all 4 precincts,
Perfect.
good help, keep up the roads,
Yeah,
spray
we
them.
always go down and do what we need to on lines.
I gotta spray them all the
Why
time.
were those generators taking off propane and put on diesel?
Because the thing about it is, if something was to happen, versus the one that's in the city, it's hard to get a propane truck to drive during inclement weather. If you got icy conditions, it's just not gonna happen. We could easily take 90 gallons of fuel out there in a 4-wheel drive truck and put 2 wheels in the dirt, and 2 wheels on the hill, get it there to fill it up. So that's the reason why we did it.
I can say that Brian and Scott have been awesome about keeping up. They do a really good job.
So if you get
I'll
another,
furnish some guys in the pickups.
if you get another employee, that'll make what, 2 full-time and a half, right? Or what do you have? How many employees will you have?
About 2 full-timers and a part-timer. How about Greg and Trevor?
So you gonna need another office or something?
Yeah, we got it.
You got it.
Yes. Don't need anything.
I was just wondering, I didn't have any office, you got any, 2 or 3?
Can you have the jail?
You know, I know better than that.
You get yours, or you can get your little yard
We
there.
can swap buildings, I don't care.
Do I get that new fancy yard with all those buildings in it?
I'd like to have all that kitchen room.
He likes to eat, no, they tell you no.
Hey, the judge's wife sees me when I'm locked in.
Oh, yeah, we always, on the cold weather, she always cooks stuff and always takes it.
It's correct.
I feel sorry for her.
No comment.
So then basically, if we did the employee, we can find the vehicle, so that would be, I think it's something that we might ought to consider and try because a lot of things have changed. If it comes with, but if it would come with it,
The sheriff is saying it'd be cheaper for him. The only thing is you take the radio out. So I just need more. I have a cord. Just a moment. And even that, with the new Gator system, I'm assuming the judge knows more. That portable ought to be responsive throughout the county.
yeah.
So in my opinion, we probably don't even need them, at least not right away, and then I can probably purchase it out of fire funds because it's clear for the, so we could probably do.
I think the portable, I think we're gonna have more officers using the portable than
I've got 2 portables
the
at home.
mobile anyway.
Right now you would need.
Wouldn't need it.
If you get the money, Jimmy, I mean, if we could, instead of taking one out to put one in, maybe if there was a way that, I mean, you could furnish us with a replacement radio and just leave the vehicle
as is.
It doesn't matter to me, Sheriff, whatever's easy.
It's, you know what I mean, instead of tearing it all out and then having to put it back in.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, go.
I'm Brian Scott. You're back on the road.
So you give it, you pay, his vehicle to the new employee, you can do all that, you could just ride around something, you know.
maybe you get a Volkswagen, you good with gas mileage.
Fuel mileage.
Y'all got a golf cart?
We need something faster.
I'm fine with
The
it.
sheriff's got a nice fancy one.
We got a golf cart for you.
Thank you, yeah.
Code check light on the roof, ready?
It sounds like don't need the equipment, but we can equip it, we get the position, and then see how it materializes.
Good vehicles,
We'll take whatever and be happy with it, appreciate it.
And I mean, in the future, we can always do other stuff too, and things will work.
Well, I believe in Shauna may need to check, but if we get that money up enough on the fire line, you know, we may be able to buy a vehicle out of it. I know Bullock County does, now that's a whole different ballgame. But that is equipment, right? So we'd have to verify that, but eventually, over a couple of years, we may be able to purchase the vehicle.
Yeah, the way they're coming in on the north side.
Yeah, God.
This, I'm hoping that Commissioner Brzezowski, field Commissioner Thomas.
All right, we can locate the vehicle, y'all good with the he gets, uh-oh. That seat's kind of switching that way.
Yeah,
You gotta remember, that's my neighbor.
yeah, you can go
He's
there.
got the cameras on me all the time.
Yeah,
Mow the grass.
I need to show you something anyway, at the end of, on the camera.
Oh, he caught you doing that.
On the lawnmower?
We don't go outside when the boys on the lawn.
That's something we need to do, because I need to have something when we're still mowing the grass.
See, we should hang it on there.
I think the judge wanted to wait.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait.
On that other one,
Yeah.
with the dollar
Yeah.
raise, if we can.
Use whatever, 4 or 5 years, whatever y'all say.
But still, if we can save it, if we can come up with a little bit for our employees, and
I think that's extremely important, and I appreciate that.
all right, did you bring the fire hose so you can go cool off there?
Yeah, I'm gonna hose myself now. Anything else?
I think that's it, that's all we got to do. Not right now.
I didn't show you that picture too.
Where are we going now?
Look,
27.
we got indigent services at this, for the funerals and stuff, we did increase that a little bit, we've had a lot on the burials, when people don't have any family, we have to pay them $800 to have them, taken care of. Just for funerals where people don't have any money, and it's the county's responsibility to do it, and it costs us $800 for cremation. And we've had, huh? We did 4 last year, I just spent 6. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Year before we spent.
10,400, yes.
I mean,
We got 7, is it 700?
well, we did 1,000 for travel for indigent, which we haven't used.
No,
And
now
then 6
one
for
thing
that.
that used to come in, so.
Right, so we can always transfer it.
All right, let's just do it, let's do it. Yes, because it's $800, that's the cheapest way, I don't want to say disposal, but it's person is here, but I mean, to take care of it. And it comes in from the funeral homes, and they don't have any family, or they're vagrant, whatever the case may be, and they pass away. And then we just, I just sign off on it, send it to Sean, and the funeral home takes care of it. And it's been average, $800.
So where's that go? Funeral.
I don't know what they do.
You move ashes. If you find a family member, sometimes they don't.
But, yeah.
That's another discussion.
That's a day. All right, we're moving to 431 on the extension service. So, on this one, they are housed right now in the Master Gardener building, which belongs to GISD, Charles School. They got serious problems in there. I think I talked to some of y'all about it. The extension agent brought in a estimate to repair the Master Gardener's building in the sum of $92,000. And I don't want to repair a building that doesn't belong to us. I did, however, send that $92,000 to the school, to Gene, but I haven't heard anything back from y'all.
You rent that or is it?
It's $1 rent for indefinite, but it says in there that we're supposed to upkeep and maintain. It doesn't say that we're supposed to remodel. That's fine. It's just,
It's been $100,000. I would put it in something. It's hard to make
That's the old,
yeah, and that's something that, probably in the very near future, we're gonna have to consider. I know the boys got room, he said, out there where the boatyard used to be, that we may could put something up. Shauna, we discussed maybe trying to find a rental place temporarily for them to get them, somewhere. But I think it would be better if we just had some type of a building that we could put them in, that would be. The other thing is the Craven property that's over there. I'm still not sure. The city is supposedly, and that's something I want to get with you on also, an ILA. I think we already have an ILA in the city.
And it was provided to the city manager.
I mean, and it's, I'm not understanding it. I just got what I got this morning, that they don't want to sign off on the deal. They want an ILA. I don't understand how that would work. So it's something that I would bring to the court today to let y'all know what's going on.
Why would we have
That's my sentiment. I don't understand why we would need an ILA for it. I think we already have an ILA with the city. All they need to do is just to sign off on that deal, and then we can roll from there. But I just found out this morning, I hadn't had a chance to talk to you, and I'm just bringing it before the court now, so that's, apparently, it seems that we're going to get the property over there, so there's, I know that there's tanks that are in the ground, and the sheriff and everybody will all talk about maybe doing that, but there is a portion of that over there that we would have a place to put it. That's something that emergency-wise, later down the road, that we might, I mean, I don't know what y'all want to do. We've got to have them. They're there now. I don't know how long they'll last there, but that's something we really got to consider. Yeah,
I know the maintenance department said it, Scott said it.
it's bad.
Window, doors, door. The building old.
And I mean, the Master Gardeners is, I think they kind of want the building back.
actually,
You know,
I think
I want to agree with that because it used to be pretty open, you know, so it's right there.
Keith, what did it take to clean that up? Quite a bit?
I'm sorry, behind us?
No, Cravens.
Crazy.
Those tanks scare me. Well, the judge and I talked about it. I mean, if there's no contamination over there,
Simple.
Back in the day, probably, you know, 40, 50,000 bucks or something. But I just don't know what's there. I wanted to go over there and run a stick in them and stuff, see if there's still liquid in them, you know, and try to figure out, because if there is, you know, we can still go ahead and start getting that stuff sucked out. But again, until that property's y'all's, you know what I mean? But we could try to prepare ourselves in advance just to see if there's not any liquid in them. But I mean, again, did it leak out? I just,
Well, one of the family members told me that one of those tanks run up under that building, that one on the north side to that building, and some of the building about 5, 6 foot.
and see, I was thinking all those
Yes.
tanks were over by that diesel island is where I thought they all were. I thought they were all over there.
Two told me that one of them was stuck under that building.
I mean, he's gonna, you
The
know,
old cruise building?
Yeah, the old cruise building,
I mean, he probably would know.
yeah. Those tanks are there, and then there's also, I believe,
Above ground.
well, no, there's tanks under the island out there in the front too, if I'm mistaken.
You go digging, there's no help.
Long years ago, when I was young, that was Andy, I think his name was Andy Davis, he had a junkyard there.
Yeah, it was a junkyard.
And he also sold fuel. And I don't know if they ever dug them old tanks up.
And the
I
problem
don't know,
with that,
I'm just saying what I remember from when I was young.
yeah, and the problem with that, when you open it up, you know, again, well, whatever we find, we're gonna have to deal with.
About
You know?
60 years.
I'd like, I mean, and I've still got my license right now, but it'll run out for long, but I mean, I can help.
Well,
I've still got a Class A and B license. to
We're
run
in
that.
we're in the process right now of figuring out on this ILA or the signature or whatever we gotta do, and then as soon as if we inherit it, we need to go, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
That way we will be able to cut the lock, open it up, and stick it, see what's in there.
Is someone look responsible for that? Was there
I don't know if you can take a rod and stick down there and see how far that tank goes to.
I mean, like I said, we might ought to run over there and see what we can figure out in advance, you know? Yeah. I mean, we've got an environmental company that we've used, it's Sarah McNamara, True Environmental, you know, and we're gonna need somebody like that, because you gotta write closure reports, you know, if samples have to be taken, they gotta be sent off. You know, we can help through all of that for you. But I just don't know what we're gonna get into, guys.
Yeah, we don't need to get in what we had behind my yard at one time. You know, somebody calling in, next thing you know, here we go.
Yep. Those pipe chases all have to be sampled, you know, all underneath those suspensors have to be sampled, all of that stuff.
Is there any assistance from Conoco Phillips, you know, like you try to assist me with that old tank?
I'm not familiar with it. I don't know that. I don't know about that.
We probably will find out a lot of that stuff and contact them, but until we get ownership of it, they don't have no responsibility. We can't do it.
Who's responsible for contamination right now? Who owns, somebody owns it.
Well, TCEQ contacted us not too long ago because somebody's been doing a report every year. But it wasn't us.
I'm bet it wasn't the family.
I don't know, something that we'll just have to look into. Yeah. And,
Put some cell sign on it.
well, I mean, that's a possibility too, that we were to, somebody else having it. If we were to do it or to clean it up and sell it, then, you know, the entities that get it would give back the money that they had on their taxes, and then we would get ours. So,
Like Connie says, who's liable for
yeah,
it?
but I don't know, that's something we have to research. We need to
Somewhere,
research.
someplace, somebody.
And then the folks that have the bar, I guess, or whatever it is, bar, I believe, there's a lot of them park all over there in the evenings, and so people that live in the houses down there,
They drive on the road.
they use the,
Like an alley.
like it's their backyard.
I mean, that'll all change. So they'll be going in the front door instead of the
That
back.
annex over there gonna change too, we put that fence up. Gotta have some
Who's
work.
in that, who's precinct in that?
I think it might have something to do with it.
then you'll have to sit up there and make sure in the morning. All right,
Do we have any other
Move it
locations?
forward.
yeah,
There was
We
nothing
still need to
in
look for someone.
we need to look for somewhere for them to go for now.
Oh, yeah.
there
Get
not,
something
there was
that
nothing in the annex that's.
Like I said, I got that,
I,
I don't work, though. Sure we have it.
but we'd have to put a building there. Probably the easiest thing would be put a manufacturing building or something that's already built. That way you don't go through all the other stuff.
Water.
So my question too is some of the buildings that the schools have, I wonder if they're using all of those buildings, they have classrooms and stuff. That's a thought, to be able to move something over there that would be feasible. That's a thought that I have, I don't know that if they would sell us one of those, because they have a bunch of classrooms and stuff, and I don't know if they're using them all, if they have any, that they would need to get rid of.
Another question, do they need to stay like in the city of Gonzales, or can they move to anywhere in the county, or?
I think they can be anywhere, but I would.
I mean, if somebody had a vacant building,
Probably, yeah, something temporarily or whatever.
temporary,
You want it to be somewhere around the city since it's central.
What is in the old GEC building, contact?
somebody else owns that.
I don't know, somebody else owns that.
Yeah, it's apartments, and it's a bunch of junk in the back.
I think there was one building downtown that you said something about the movie theater,
Yeah.
and then, I don't even know about the old Christian building over there, but that's big, it's awful big.
Old post office you're talking about? No, yeah.
Oh,
Some lady owns it.
about now.
Yeah, now some lady owns it.
Anybody in there? No, nothing's in there.
No, it's just the bank moved out, it's been vacant, but a lady bought it. That's all get it from Crystal, you know, she paid for theirs.
You had an old Whataburger too, I don't know. That would be a terrible,
You're not gonna get that truck dollar a year.
The old EMS station is for rent.
who owns that?
A real estate company, that's what Rebecca told me, I can find out. But,
Yes,
you got a new roof on it now, so it'll be good. Still,
Does the EMS sell it?
they sold it,
That's the old people, Bill Street?
but some
No,
real
it's one
estate.
behind it.
Behind it.
Behind it.
Behind.
Close would be
You
nice.
talking about behind
That
it?
metal building,
Yeah,
that fire department, ESD2 bought it.
ESD two block.
What do they use it for?
Trucks, I said.
Yeah.
Right, trucks and
That's
stuff.
what Brian said, yeah.
The boat and all that. And that house where the offices were, it's a family bought that, so that's back to the family.
I don't know if y'all want to try to set something aside on this, or,
And did they, I know it needs repairs, but what, just general maintenance, is there something that we need to do, you know, to
Well, I believe, didn't the maintenance guys go in and do some work here a while back?
they've done some
Some
work.
door work?
Yes.
But like Scott said, they're not about picking on Scott, but
No.
they said like the door, you know, you fix something, but yeah, there's nothing there to repair. Well, Lord.
when you start carrying into it, then it becomes a larger project?
Correct.
No, that will not belong. And a whole lot of extra pieces.
Down the line.
Well, let's just see if we can come up with something, it'll be nice, even if we had temporary, we got a building or something, we could put on boys over there.
What would that cost? Modernization?
I don't, it depends, if, I mean, if the city.
How much on repairs over there?
Yeah, if the ISD has something that, like a building that they like using or whatever, that we can get, maybe we can get it a little cheaper. That'd be something we need to check and see if they have anything available, that they would, all we have to do is move it to that location and have it set up. That would be good, and it would be something, at least temporary right now, that would be better for them until we can do something in the future.
Yeah, because I think the garden said they want to stay there.
Y'all want to try to lock, just put something in there if we can, on it, or you want to come back and address it as an emergency or something later?
Let's
This
do
would come
that.
out of the, I don't know, the courthouse.
It will be coming out of the
Yeah.
courthouse money, right? And what do we have, what do we have in there? What are we rebuilding?
Whole trailer house, basically, it'd be an office.
Office. I mean, there may be some around with all the, wall floor stuff that might be using anything else, but maybe not.
So they have a class in there, and they cook in there, and they do all kinds of
I
stuff.
can see, yeah.
In the kitchen, and we do quite a bit.
We just have to look at what our, research our options. 'cause, you know,
Just have to put a, like a 57 line in there for building, and put some money in it.
Let's try to just move over 75 in there. 75,000, just to have something to. Pretty good, man.
You're talking about the, for a new building.
No, just to create a line.
So we do have in that, under 419, 4503, repair annex, which
It's
we have 50,000.
50 in that.
So we can zero that out. We're not getting, I don't think we repairs.
Move that one to whatever.
And then we'll make a,
And then, so there's 50 there that we have, and it's already budgeted. We put another 50 with it, and we have 100 just to have. And see, I don't know what we can get, or just, we can look into it.
I'll just create a line with that.
Other than that, I don't think he's really asking for anything
Yeah.
other than that. Building.
Well, that's a problem that's gonna have to be solved. At some point in time anyway, so it's not all.
I just didn't know if he was gonna go up annex eventually.
Well,
We'll have to spend a bunch of
That-
money
that-
on something
That's what I'm
that.
saying. Yeah, I mean, if we did something he likes, then it would have to go, but we will have, eventually, the annex will be open for
Right.
the lots. All right. We got one. And we have, archives, we've done that, we have probate fund. And the law library fund, that's just still the same, that we're gonna pay those LexisNexis and stuff out of that. Does anybody need a break? My bathroom breaking? Okay. I didn't want to be the only, I didn't want to be the only one with back teeth.
I'll speak up.
All right. Hey, let's take a just real quick 10-minute break, and then we'll hit it again. Thank you, Commissioner, I really appreciate that. I got We have a constable, 422. So we're back to Constable Johnson. Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry, I had to check 10 at JP3 this morning.
That's perfectly all right. So we had a couple of things that you had asked, and we were gonna throw something at you
Okay?
on the building where you wanted to see the small building and all that.
Yes, sir.
We thought that it might be cheaper, that if we build it, it would be a bigger, to get like a Connex.
Okay?
That we can get a Connex and put a mini split in it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just saying that way, instead of a smaller building that you got, we still have to run electricity or whatever stuff to it, but it'll give you more room.
No, that's perfectly fine. Is there any way to insulate it?
Or we talked about that, about some spray foam insulation on the
Okay.
inside, and then maybe a walk-through door instead of opening.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine.
And we were just thinking that, you know, for 12,000, that smaller building, there's gonna be a whole lot more room. You
Yeah.
can probably put a lock or something in there where
Okay.
They're very secure.
they're very secure.
Yes, sir. If you're talking about like an 8x40,
40 foot.
40 foot, so you're gonna get the high roof.
Right, Sheriff did, they just.
Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
We just wanted to make sure that that would be.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so
And
then
that's easy to move if you ever need to move it. Okay.
And location-wise, you're saying adjacent to your office, to the office building area?
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out where it's gonna be placed, I talked to Bruce about it, because we're putting a tower up out there right now. As a matter of fact, I didn't get a chance to video, I was trying to look at the water flows for it, because we're starting to get some rain. So as it rains this week, I'm gonna look at the water flow, trying to come up with a better idea as to where.
we could set it in there, level it,
Yeah,
and put all that, and it would probably give you a whole lot more space.
yes, sir,
Yeah, like run some electrical, put some lights. And
yeah,
Little mini split in there.
okay. And actually, we don't need the whole thing insulated. If you wanna do that, that's great, but the storage for the tires and the other equipment, stuff like that doesn't.
You could actually put that on the side where the doors open up,
Okay.
all of that stuff, and then we could put you a door on the
Yeah.
other half, insulate that half, and we could throw a wall up.
So just-
That would be nothing to put up.
Yeah, because that would save money on the installation and the air conditioning size and all that kind of stuff.
Because the tires wouldn't matter if they got hot.
No, none of the equipment will matter if it's that hot.
So then you can figure out the distance that you would need,
Sure.
whatever, and go from there.
Yes, sir.
And we were kind of figuring that the sheriff had looked it up, we could get a one-time use Connex for $5,800 is what he said.
Okay.
And then, mini split's probably about 2,500. And then we put a door, electricity, and then, yeah, probably, so probably for the whole, even if it was at 12,
for the whole thing.
you'd have the whole thing done
Okay.
like that,
No, that's fine.
and more room. Yeah, we could go there and say that.
I think it should be.
I think that maybe we should be.
I think so.
Just to kind of say.
All right. And then, what else do we have on that one?
Cell phone.
Oh, the yeah. So on the cell phone, since the other constables, we have gotten them each a county cell phone, we're just going to go ahead and get you a county cell phone.
Okay.
That way, so you don't have to worry about anybody subpoenaing your phone for personal
Okay.
use. You'll have your actual home if you're good with that.
Okay. So she's gonna take care of that? Okay.
We'll get you the phone, and then that's all we have. We just want to make sure that you would be satisfied with that. I thought that you probably would be good.
Sure.
Made you drive all the way over here just for that. All right. So we can mark that off there. We got that taken care of. All right. That's all we need unless you just want to sit here. That's all.
Okay.
You're welcome to.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
Johnson.
Thank you.
Dispute resolution.
Yeah, that's,
Resolution mediation fee.
yeah.
Where were we at?
And that Justice Technology Fund, that's that one that's just going, we're gonna get that,
Which one?
that Justice Technology, that's just the ones that we're just going through. But out of that one is the, training for the JPs, and do we pay the magistrate after the?
That's not where that comes from, no.
No.
That is, you're talking about the 156?
Yeah.
That is, if they need if they need a computer or printer or something, we pay for their maintenance on their copy machines, we pay for the training of the class.
Gotcha. That's 156, right?
Right.
And scout wise, we don't know what we're getting on that until,
I've seen nothing on Scout this year, so I don't.
what that is, Bobby, on the scout is the, I guess it's the alien program that we get from that. That will be on page 74. Yeah. The other ones that you're coming through are just,
So like the year-to-date activity of $5,000, but you got 15.
Hey,
you just request whatever and you don't know what you're gonna get.
And what you do with that?
pay for mental health out of that.
What is SCAP?
Maybe some
It stands for something, some
Alien assistance or something, alien assistance.
alien
program.
assistance program. It's a state deal that some years you get some more than others.
Like I said, I haven't seen anything this year on the first day of applying for it, so I don't.
Does that go like in like the housing or?
No, just for the mental,
Mental?
yeah,
Oh.
and some training, I think they take on that. And then the next one is that 287 G Senate Way, that we're still trying to work out.
Figure out what-
Then we have the Senate Bill 22. I'm pretty sure that county attorney's gonna keep everything the same. I mean, as far as the way it is now. If we do happen to give a raise or anything later on, his investigator will not that side of thing.
So that's one of them, that's Senate Bill 22. Senate Bill 22, that's
Page 77.
yeah, it's 77, that's where
Rural
the state
prosecutors.
comes out and gives money to the sheriff's office and the prosecutors for them to assist them in salaries, basically what it is. And that's how we actually ended up initially getting Crystal on it, and then we kind of switched it over and made her full-time run, but she's still getting paid out of that. And if something was ever to happen to her, we would still continue with it. But I think that Senate Bill 22 is going to be around for a while. And that's just, that's one of the.
That's part of the salary comes out of that.
Did they let like that, is this what we're requesting or is that what we know ahead of time we're getting?
That is what we, 175,000 every year we need for.
Yes. There's two different amounts, right? One for the sheriffs and one
And
for the sheriff and one for
sheriff
the
gets
prosecutor.
350.
350, I think is what he gets. 350,000 that he gets. And then the prosecutor gets 175.
The prosecutor can only use it for salaries.
Right,
That's it.
right.
Sheriff uses his for
That's a quick.
vehicle, equipment, certification pay for some of his deputies.
Which is a positive because it gives them a little bit more money.
So payments would come from,
So at the end of the year, although they're a couple of years behind, if all the money's not spent, we have to send the money back.
Yeah.
I
But
think,
we try not to send them within that.
yeah, last year I think it was like 35, or whatever, we had to
so
send
they
back.
have 41.
41,
cents.
okay.
Yeah.
That was already from 2 years ago. It's fine. And then that account has interest also, so we're going to interest in it.
It spends more money. I was gonna say that.
They'll send it back, I know. We'll send it back.
He's trying.
Hey, but it's a pain having to do all of that stuff. I mean, you know, there's guidelines, paperwork. Grants are nice to get the money, but it's a lot of stuff that you gotta do. Yes, we moved to 211, Road Bridge 1.
I handed out a list yesterday with positions, just so y'all are up to date. Maybe get them jail, sheriff's office, the bigger departments. Ridge 1, 2, 3, and 4. If y'all want to request more from the departments, I'll be more than happy to do that. Just kind of through the years, what the different positions were. I know some of y'all changed from road workers, y'all want to lead worker or foreman, or just y'all have a kind of rundown how y'all position y'all employees.
And then we've got the numbers on, I guess, the road bridge workers. We were kicking around the idea if we want to standardize a number with a good number to carry per precinct, or what you guys are thinking. We go from 7, 10, 7, 6. Everybody has different deal that you do, but just wanted to kick it out there and go over it, since we're going over everybody else.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I mean, because we did some deal, Kristen and them did some stuff, and Jimmy and them, for road wise, everybody's pretty much equal in roads on it. We just was curious, I mean, it would be nice, and I know, Bobby, you're brand new, you may need all the people you need, or you may need less or whatever, but I'm hoping that if we could kind of come up to a reason, I'd love to try to, even if this year, if you can make it through, without hiring one, more money that we can kind of save, I would love to give a raise to everybody. We've done a lot of cutting on the budget, but I don't run y'all's precincts, and I don't know what you need or how you need it. I just know that over the years, it's climbed, but like I said, I don't run that deal, so. It was just something we wanted to throw out to everybody and see what everybody felt and what everybody thought.
You have an open position now since you're moved in, and so.
Because I know if
Now, if I don't hire nobody, can we give the guys a raise?
see, that's my thought, okay, because
I think they would like that a whole lot better.
I do too, and I'm not saying that, like I said, I don't do y'all's job, I don't know what y'all do, and I know colleagues getting by with 6, and one got 7, one's got 8, and then one's got 10. But, I mean, budget is tight this year. Last year, I guess I could say I was a little depressed because we only give $1,100 out to everybody. And I want to tell you that everybody that works for this entity, whether they work for you, they work for Sean, or me, they all mean a lot to me because they're the ones that make us all shine. And if we can cut it back, and we have been just looking at it, we have cut back even from the sheriff to all the big stuff, we've cut back enough. I want to give everybody something this year. I think that they deserve it. I have no doubt about it. But I don't want to cut any of your precinct short on anything that you think you need or what you have. If we can work into it, I mean, I think it would be a great deal if we could go across the board. Even if you set a number, if this is how many road bridge people we're going to have. I don't know, y'all guys know more about it than I do.
But I don't know about Roy and Tony and Collie, but if I need to fit in somewhere, I will. I'm still running maintain, I drive a truck, it don't make me.
Well, I understand that, and I think these 3 here are identical to you. I really do, and I mean, so that classifies you as one, so yeah, I mean, my goal is to do what's best for all of our employees, and that's what I want to do, and the only way that we can do that is to cut some things out. I mean, in the future, you may need some more, I don't know, but that's my goal.
Well, I know when Donnie had to go into his fund balance, I guess, when we paid out and did some stuff like that. Long-term, what are we looking at with our road and bridge budgets as far as money coming in, where we're going? Are we, is it gonna start?
So the other paper, I need to go.
Yeah, and that's, yeah, I see what you're
Okay.
saying.
So pretty much,
This one here.
yes. The fund balance is what y'all have right now in the bank. So pretty much, that's gonna take y'all salaries out of that and everything else for the rest of this fiscal year. That's gonna probably be,
Substantial.
yeah, pretty close to zero there. So we like for the end balance for everybody to be $2 million, but.
That's what we've averaged over the last few years was the fund balance. Moving forward, we would try to keep anywhere between $1.8 million and $2 million in the fund balance, because the fund balance is something that we can rely on if we have a disaster or something that happens to happen, that we would have money until we maybe could be reimbursed from the state or whatever the case may be. But it's like I say, and you're starting into it, and Donnie's already got you in the fund balance, and nothing against it at all, but I mean, we're down money, but that doesn't mean anything, and we can work it and get it to where it needs to be, but we want to point that out to you. Because I mean, that, we don't, comp time, longevity and all this stuff, vacation, whatever we end up having to pay out if somebody leaves, you really don't budget that in your budget. And then it happens when you have budget amendments. And I know Sean's worked really, really hard to try to put stuff in the deal so we don't have to come back every time you budget. I mean, we did 100 budget amendments a year. You really don't have a budget if you're doing 100 budget amendments. So I know she worked hard on trying to knock that back out. But that's where we stand. I mean, my goal is to try to cut to, and I mean, I know y'all are all just like me. I think all of our employees are valuable. And I'll say it, I don't care what anybody, taxpayers, anybody doesn't like it. I mean, if it wasn't for the employees, we wouldn't shine on any given day on anybody. So.
And what happens is if you, when you dip into fund balance and that goes down, you start taking out this and that number goes down, then if your budget doesn't recoup every year, you'll keep inching that number down based upon how much, the total budget.
And another thing, Bobby's just getting started, like I said, it's a lot. So, one thing about Road and Bridge is Road and Bridge is the only elected official that gets to roll over whatever they have left over in their budget into their fund balance. And that's a positive factor that y'all have. Me as county judge, the auditor, the clerk, whatever we don't spend in our budget, it rolls back over into the general fund, reallocated during this time. But whatever y'all can save out of your budget over it, let's say you end the year $250,000 that you didn't spend in your budget, that goes to your fund balance. And then your fund balances goes, and then it can be invested in tax pool, whatever the case may be, to bring in interest and money. So that's kind of how it works. And we really never dipped into the fund balances in the last few years very much. This is like a first that I can recall. But anyway.
But if revenues don't go up and expenses stay high,
Yep.
you're gonna keep dipping into it every year, and you're not gonna, it's not gonna grow, I guess.
Well, I mean, y'all got a tough job because y'all maintain the roads, you want to still go roads, and some of y'all have the opportunity to still go more roads because you don't have as much off-field traffic, and I know that y'all been doing a good job on all of that, but it's like.
And I think each precinct, we have the men that we need, the personnel we need to do the job. So, we're not asking for anyone to cut anybody.
No.
And nothing like that, but, like in your case, if you're just not filling that position, you're not cutting anybody, we don't want to decrease any number, any personnel that we currently.
Because with FICA and everything, Sean, I think that's 100,000, somewhere in there, give or take, a position. With FICA and all. So, I mean, and if we can, which I hope that we can, give a dollar raise across the board, you're looking at probably about, what did you say, right, close to 400?
For everybody, yeah.
For
general fund.
Yeah. Because I think we have 160.
We have a bunch of 180 employees.
Oh, no, I didn't, mercy. Yeah. So you figure if you give $1 raise to somebody, that's 2,080 a year times by 180, and then you gotta figure in your FICA and all that other stuff. I think that.
Well, I know early on when the item came up about the hiring freeze, it wasn't to cut any positions,
No.
not anybody, it was just to hold what we've got, any future growth, so we can take care of what we've got.
Yeah, take care of what we got and figure if we can cut or we can not hire, if we have open position, we can divvy that back up into the employees that we have. And that's just my thought, because they're the ones that make us all shine. And I mean, last year, they got $1,100, which I wish they would have gotten the raise. And I mean, sometimes it's hard to do it, and we're in a tight crunch right now, but I still want to look out for every employee that works for the county. That's just me personally. So, I mean, and if y'all as Road and Bridge wanted to go across the deal and set an amount, I mean, since y'all, 8 employees, 9, whatever, that's what we're gonna have. And now it may come back that something happens that you need more, and you can always bring it back to the board to discuss it to see if you do at a later date.
Well, that's kind of the way it's always been, you know, impact, a couple of years, you know, Donnie had increased, felt he needed somebody, he increased, and it was never an issue, it was just one, you know.
Yep.
He needed extra personnel at that time, and we had funds and everything was, you know, it was on us. And like I say, on there, like I say, you know, this is the, you know, because you got the workers, each of those, then that, you also got to figure in there's a commissioner, and then, you know, you guys have a secretary.
Well, and of course, he made a good point. He's like, he still got maintenance, just like all of y'all other ones will. Y'all said, and that's another employee,
If we want to kind of help standardize a little, you know,
I'm out there at 7:30 in the evening, Lane Road, we need it. And call
That's just
them
the way it
when we're
is.
that's why you're elected.
Right,
If it
yeah.
needs doing, it needs doing. That's just the way it
So-
is.
And they got a little different ball game than I got, you know what I love it, you know, I don't have all of it. It's great,
You're lucky.
but I got everything that's moving this way, but.
Oh, that's why you got the new.
get subdivision.
But if I lose the employee, I probably won't replace it. And I've got 7 now, so, you know.
So for all of Road and Bridge and Cardy's in this,
Right.
all your employees and y'all to get a raise will be roughly $93,000 with everything. More than last year.
And
That's also considering you keeping a person. If you don't refill that position, that'll come down. But that's with everybody y'all have today.
Today,
Yes.
I have 8.
I got 9. Well, if we want to kind of get a little closer, I don't mind, like I say, if we want to, you know, we have the secretary expense, with I don't mind splitting 25% of it, that way it'd be all the way across the board, which would take a little bit off of y'all's budget, you know, we'd split that 25% instead of 33%, and then we all be on the same page and everything.
All of that. We'll be on the same page, and I think we're working together in here a little bit.
hey, I think this is remarkable. And I mean, and I'm not saying it because of myself, it's just remarkable because it's remarkable for all of our employees. I mean, you know, we're responsible for them all, and we know what they do.
General fund is about $405,000.
So that'd be a raise for the employees.
$1, $1 raise for the
They'd be
employees
happy.
across the board. And I'd be happy to. I don't care what kind of flack I catch, I just have to catch it.
Well, I'm sure it-
But, you know, the thing about it is these people come to work every day, they work hard, and they make this county what this county is. It's not just one of us, it's all of us.
And the cost of living's
And it's the cost of it is gone. I
I'm
agree.
sure keep going up. Everything keep going up. So then our Carly also will get a raise.
Everybody that works for the county will get.
Road and Bridge. Oh, I mean, throughout the county.
Road and Bridge.
All county employees.
All county employees that draw a check, that's full-time.
Full-time.
Part-time will be, if it's $1, part-time will be $10.40.
Part-time, you can get a little bit off.
She just sits there, she's not doing anything.
I'm good with it.
I'm good with it too. You good? So then we're gonna, you're gonna go with the 9? That's perfect. And then you're gonna get in on the, saving some money on the other side?
I'll join us then, so Paul will take care of Alex. Work as well. You good with that?
Sorry.
You good with that?
Yes, sir.
If we do
With the
raises,
raise?
on the side. The part-time person that Jimmy has is going up to $23 an hour, he wouldn't get extra, correct? He just go to 24. Right. The new employee in Jimmy's office would stay at what he requested, the 3008, not with the raise. We don't give him a raise.
Way up.
I don't know, I mean, if it's a new position with Ray that got started at that position,
At what he requested.
what he
Sorry.
requested,
Right.
and then
Okay.
earn your raise.
What would that be different than on the $86 versus what? It would just
No.
be, we all right.
Yeah, he wanted to start at 3008 or her at 3008. But then we just wouldn't give him 3108.
Right, no, it'd be the 30.
Yes,
That
right.
way they have to earn the raise. The people we're giving
Right.
the raise are the people that currently work
Yeah.
are already here.
But the part-time employees don't.
Yes.
They'll get a,
They still get it, but it's,
it's not much.
I got a lady that.
they still get $1,
That
but,
comes clean every 2 weeks.
well, that's not
That's
salary.
different.
Yes.
That's different.
Yeah, but like, veteran service officer and others, they will get.
It's just half of pretty
They'll
much.
get half of whatever the other is.
Because they work part-time.
Right.
Right.
Right, they still get $1, but it's not as much.
Well, if you figure $1, you've got 20, 80 hours, you get a $2,000 raise. If you only got 1,000 hours, you only get 1,000.
Yes, exactly, yeah, so it's.
What else do we
The
have?
other thing we had, precinct 1, just so y'all know, he wanted a pressure washer.
Well,
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 the welder that we have is approximately 37 years old. It shorted out, blew fire and smoke everywhere, and the generator quit working, but then Dusty worked on it, but he got it to weld again. I'm not sure how long it's gonna last, and we do welding sometimes for the jail, they build stuff at our shop. They did buy a welder today, it's portable now for the maintenance, and breakdowns and whatever, so.
And that 7,000 that he asked for, that is added in with his motion, so
I'm
that's
good with that.
still.
Doing it.
yeah.
I did knock some down, y'all noticed,
Yes.
here and there.
No, you're down.
So, I mean, I did what I could, and I did have to pull up some on some. Y'all all recognize that.
I think, and I recall, everybody that we've been through this,
Yeah, pretty much.
so that's a positive that can go for, I mean, that's a positive, you can make another positive. Yeah.
The only thing on mine, when we were doing the budget, I was
Yeah.
getting a new a roller for this year. You just got me the numbers back on that. It's 128, we're gonna get the 15,000 off the one I'm gonna trade in, so it's 115,000 or whatever.
And you're gonna do finance.
Financing.
And you're gonna also get the one for this year, have you gotten anything yet?
The one for this year's, right, no, I got that.
Okay, so yeah, we'll have to add,
Because there'll be what I didn't spend, what I didn't get
correct.
last year will kind of be.
Right, so I just have to add more for this year,
Whatever it's
because
gonna
we
be.
didn't know how much. So I'm just gonna have an estimate.
Right.
Otherwise we didn't pay for it.
Yeah, because if you finance it, it's like, I think it was 30,000 we put on last year that I didn't use or didn't.
Right. So if it was for both machines, say it was gonna be 230,000, you would have 42,000 come out of principal and 11,500 on interest. Give or take a little bit. If that was for both machines,
On next year.
next year.
Gotcha, okay.
Right. So I'll just like put that figure, if you think that's probably too much, like 232.
The ones that I'm getting for next year and this year, you're saying? Yeah, because it'd be 115, that'd be close.
Yeah, it's right. We'll still have something in there. Let's see what else. Precinct 2 wanted to add money for a lean-to on your building, or $4,000.
I was fiddling with it.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I went ahead and added that already to your budget, $4,000. And you want the truck cameras?
You can toss it out if you want.
Yeah, you can take it out.
It's not like, you were thinking about it when you were doing budget, so I don't want you to not have it in
It's
there.
kind of in my head a little bit.
But if it's just 4,000, you probably can figure out during the year if you want to do it.
Yes.
You probably can find some money
Yes.
somewhere in the
Yes.
woods.
Then we'll have to do a budget.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't want to. I'm sorry, now shut up.
You know, already
Keep it in there.
Keep it in there. It's only $4,000, you're good, keep it in there.
Okay.
Holly, you want to do what, 2 rollers or 1 roller?
So I got one roller this year that was budgeted in when we did this last year. I just haven't gotten it.
Oh, you haven't got it?
Right.
Okay, so you'll get one in 26.
So I'll get it, and it'll be on this year's budget, and then the one I'm budgeting for next year's budget,
Next year.
I'll get it on that.
Then also precinct 2 wanted truck cameras. Truck cameras,
Been thinking about that too.
so we have that budgeted in also.
Okay.
Okay.
Working on that.
We don't have an exact number on that.
I think I just did 7
We did
right
7.
now.
I think I can haggle with them. Mr. Tinsley said I could haggle with them. I'll see if I can
You're
haggle.
talking
But I've been thinking
a
for
few.
years about putting cameras in the dash cameras.
That's,
Hey,
some benefit.
don't believe it.
I don't know everything.
Them boys put up some stuff. That traffic is bad. It ain't gonna get no
No,
better.
it ain't gonna be
It's not getting no better.
good.
Good.
And all precinct 3 was wanted, a road worker changed to a foreman. Right, we have 1 foreman and 6 road workers.
Right, and I've got one that's been there a long time, he's doing it anyways. He takes care of me a lot.
I got a question. Shoot, I was a lead man, but now I'm gone. How long do I have, just whenever I want to?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah, you'll have to wait until about middle of September to put anybody up.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, but I can just appoint it.
And you have to let us know.
But let y'all know.
Then it's probably warming up.
That's warmed up.
No, Nick.
And if you could, do it like at the beginning of a pay period, Commissioner Kilmas, instead of like in the middle of a pay period, at the beginning of a pay period, so that way we don't have to split GLs.
Okay.
That's hard on the auditor's office to kind of have to worry about splitting GLs, but like, so you know, we can buy the paperwork for that.
Okay.
Give us a heads up so we can tell you when.
Yes. Tell me what you're thinking in advance, so we can tell you what day would work
Okay.
best. Please.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good. You ain't got no question marks on that?
Sure I do. It's a whole like incorporated. And we discussed precinct 4, and that's all you will want. Road Bridge Secretary had no changes
No
this year.
changes.
And I'll figure out what next year's gonna be and then divide her amongst 4, the fund her. Only other things that y'all were already talking about, training positions and stuff, was the JP3 had requested that. I don't know if y'all wanna go back and look at his position. You wanna-
2 to 3. I don't even know how long it's been there.
Thank you for your input, 3 years.
I think we need more time on it.
He said 4 years. He would go from
About 4 to
1 to 2. He's only been there 4 years,
I
so.
think we at least, I'll say at least 5 years. That's just my thought.
I think you do 4 years, that coincides with like a term.
Well, it does, most of the term, you do 4 years.
Yeah, some, basically one term, or, you know,
5 years. It takes 5 years for you to be able to get longevity, and it takes 5 years for you to go on your sick, on your vacation, so
Well, no, there, yeah, I'm saying, there's something that they go
5 years would fall better on
5
that.
years is fall better with it, and then in line with the longevity, the vacation, I mean, just my opinion, 5 years will probably work a little bit better than 4.
All right, so we'll go back to the, this. We just found out something with Crystal. You want to tell us about the 501(c) stuff?
So there was an AG opinion that came out.
Which one, what was it?
An
you know-
AG
You
opinion?
know which one it was?
Let me pull it up. Okay, hold on. Anyways, it's an AG opinion from 1996, but in the code, it specifically states that county government cannot donate any money to nonprofits or private entities. There is a little exception that is if the county gains a benefit, but there wasn't any explanation as to what that specifically means. So I think we need to readdress possibly the donations that the county is planning on donating to the different entities around here. And I'll tell you later in just a second.
So maybe while we do a little bit more research on this, to figure out if anybody that we have, I know that some of them may qualify, but I'm not sure. But until we know, we'll put it on hold for right now, until we can figure out the ones that may, and then we can just bring it up in another meeting, next meeting that we have.
Yeah, next workshop.
But this at least, what we've done today will give Sean something to put pencil to.
It's number 96-035.
That's an old opinion too,
1996.
and it's still good. Okay. You learn as you go. Let's see.
So do we want to talk about raises, or we wait till we get the numbers and then go, plug all
Well,
that in?
let's talk about it so you can put the numbers in there. And that way we'll know where we stand.
I'll run that sheet first without the raises, everything I'll get, and then I'll plug the raises in,
And,
and you'll kind of have them.
and my deal is, I would like, if we can, possibly do it for $1 raise across the board. That's just me. I agree.
If it's available, I agree.
Well, last year we did the little
I
stipend.
did a little stipend, which was 1,100,
Wasn't a lot.
and you know.
It's just, I mean, we do that if you don't know where you were gonna stand. If you give a raise last year, and then this year, we're really, we're still having to keep giving, so. Last year, we just gave them that little bit.
Do us without and one with, and then we can figure it out. I think we cut a lot out of the budget this year, so what we've been rolling over, it would be nice to roll that over the raise.
Well, I want to thank everyone, cut frugal vision.
Yes.
Help out with the position, and thank everybody for.
So then, say, pick on me. So if I got 8 men and I lose one later on, I can still replace them as long as it's in my budget.
Or if you think you can do it with 7 and you did as 8, then you can do that too.
If we have to pay that employee out a lot of vacation or a lot of time, you won't have the money to replace them.
Well, right.
So that's another thing about keeping comp and vacation a little down also, because if that happens, then
Yeah.
And that's the other thing that I want to stress too, that we really need to work on that contract.
Which I did prepare a policy that Shauna and
Yeah.
this year reviewed.
So we work on that for everybody now, so it won't be so inflated. It's their time, they can take it, that's a good thing too, they can still be able to take off and do something. And I would suggest doing it on all weekend.
What is the kind of time period that we need to get it down?
Well, it depends on when we set the policy up, before we set it in effect, we probably try to get them down to everybody to the 80, so that we don't have to pay it, but then understand that if they're at 80 and they get something, then we're still gonna have to pay it. So if we can get them under 80 to keep them right at 80, then we'd be a lot better
And
off.
we don't want to penalize
No.
anybody. We want to work with them, we just want to get it to a manageable level, and if it's people we got to work with over time if they got a budget.
maybe
whatever.
you could start doing it.
Good start.
Maybe by January
And it
1st.
don't want
we
to
get it
affect
point.
their vacation, their crew, make them take that to do their vacation, takes a lot of time, we don't want to do that anyway.
Well, and if everybody's mindful of it and we don't let it get any worse, we can try to go the other direction.
If we could, we could get the policy approved for next commissioner's court, so that way the policy's in place, ready to go, but then make sure the department head, because we're already in July, so we want to be using by January 1st, I need to get them, to start telling the department head to handle it, and
Even if it's January 1st, if that's not enough time, we'll give them a few more months. It's just to get it for you. But we get them to take that. What else? Got stuff to work on. For me, to all of y'all commissioners, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for everything you're doing. Bobby, welcome to the game, Commissioner. And I do appreciate you on the, not filling that spot, because I think that's a definite assistant.
I'm working.
Getting everybody else, and I understand that, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and we'll see what the numbers fall out, hopefully they're gonna fall good, and we'll roll from there. Anybody else have anything? I don't want to leave anybody out. Commissioners? Commissioner Sting?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
All right, I have a motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?